Our next review is of the TicWatch E3. TicWatch seems to be doing lots of good stuff, but this is their mid-range smartwatch that aims to provide a premium and smooth experience to the user with very powerful internals. So it's made out of plastic all around, with the glass on the front curving at the edges into the watch casing. So looks pretty good for this price point. Circular display is very, very sharp, but has thick bezels around, which is something I think doesn't look so 2021. 16 GB of RAM and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 4100 chipset, same as the more expensive TicWatch Pro 3. This we really like. Heart rate sensor, blood oxygen sensor, pedometer, everything works well. We got pretty accurate results, which is very important in a smartwatch. Battery lasts for about a day, which is something that we didn't really like. I think smartwatches need to do much better than that. Let's take a look at everything else in the watch.
While most of the other Android's Wear OS-based smartwatches seem to be lost with no clarity on software updates, marred by software issues, performance lags and bad battery life, Wear OS-based smartwatches from Mobvoi have only gone from strength to strength. Mobvoi for their TicWatch series has not cared about the problems that come with Wear OS. Instead, they have made sure they make their watches in such a way that these problems do not overshadow how good their smartwatches are. Hence, we were excited to check out the TicWatch E3 to see whether it is built with the same ideals, and if it is successful where most Wear OS based smartwatches fail. The TicWatch E3 is primarily meant to be a mid-range smartwatch, meant to perform well with powerful internals while keeping the price in check. So there will be some aspects where we see the mid-rangeness of it all. The design looks simple and minimalistic. Apart from the display, the entire casing is made out of black and grey plastic. Despite that, the build seems solid, although a bit too thick. The right side of the dial has two pushers with a mic in the middle. The watch also has slits for the speaker, which is there for taking calls from the watch and for listening to Google Assistant responses. The glass on the front curves into the plastic dial, and when the display switches on, the first sign of this being a mid-range watch comes into sight. The thick bezels all around the display. They do make the watch look dated, but the user will forget about them once they start using the watch. The display itself is very sharp. It gets bright enough for outdoor use as well. And the performance that shows up on the watch is nothing but smooth, slick and fast. The watch is powered by 1 GB of RAM and the Qualcomm Snapdragon 4100, which are the same internals as the more expensive TicWatch Pro 3. And that is the reason behind the clean performance. It is also the reason for the watch to be able to squeeze a lot of battery life out of the 380 mAh battery inside. The battery lasts for a day and a half with always-on display, 24-hour heart rate tracking and sleep tracking enabled. This is a lot better than most of the Wear OS-based smartwatches, but still not enough and needs improvements. The battery life can be extended by a day with the essential modes, which just disables the user interface while keeping all the sensors on. And the sensors on board performs just as well as the internals of the watch does. The heart rate sensor, blood oxygen sensor, pedometer all work well and provide precise results. The TicWatch E3 has 20 different work modes as well. The watch can also automatically detect when the user has started working out, although it is limited to only walking, running or cycling. Sleep tracking works great on the watch. The results can be seen on the smartphone, though the Mobvoi app, which shows a detailed analysis of all the health data tracked by the watch. The same app can also be used to install watch faces on the watch. The user will need to do so as the default watch faces on the watch are just terrible. Now, given the fact that how Wear OS watches age, TicWatch E3 is expected to do better. It is confirmed to get the Wear OS 3.0 update, which is supposed to bring a lot of improvements to performance and battery life. But that update won't arrive till mid-2022. And at the price of Rs 20,999, the E3 certainly costs more than a lot of other smartwatches, which have better build quality and a better design. But none of those watches will get the software support that the TicWatch E3 will get. And with everything this watch can do, it certainly lives up to the strong ideals of all the smartwatches from Mobvoi, and hence it earns a firm recommendation from us.